Hi everybody, Dr. Remy with my friend here, Dick. Today we're going to be going over a great standing balance and posture mechanical corrective exercise known as the standing bird dog. Enjoy. So the standing bird dog is done standing on one leg as we contract the opposite glute and have the opposite leg back and the opposite arm up. It's a crossing contraction between shoulder muscles on one side and gluteal muscles on the other. But very importantly, this exercise is used to train hip hiking problems. Hip hiking is where the hip on the standing leg side likes to swing upwards. This is due to a weakness in the hip abductor muscles, and it compresses the lower back as typically the ribs drop down on the same side. So in this instance, we're going to take the right leg standing, and we're going to engage the glute, which is the main buttock muscle, by tucking the tailbone under slightly. So Dick, could you stand straight and tuck the tailbone under? We're going to tuck the tail, which engages the abdominals and releases the erector spinae or back muscles, meaning it relaxes their excessive contraction due to a weak glute. And we're going to squeeze this buttock as you bring this leg straight back. Good. Typically, you also have to watch out for that the leg doesn't externally rotate, meaning the heel will come in and the kneecap will go out on that leg. So go ahead and put that leg back, Dick. Good. Dick's tendency is to hip hike on the right. That's why we've selected this side. It's a correction for him. So you're going to make sure your hip goes down and left. Your right arm is up in the air. Good. Core contractions of lower abdomen in, lower tummy in, ready for a punch in the gut to brace the abs. And he can tap on and off with his left hand for balance. And this is a great balancing exercise. Just make sure that hip comes down a little bit more, Dick, so you're level. Keeping the rib up. And Dick's other tendency is his head likes to tilt right, which will actually help the ribs fall down. So he has to emphasize tilting his head to the left as he maintains that. Let's bring that leg back a little bit more. Now, this is a hard enough exercise for people with a normal neurological system, but with Dick's permission, he's allowed me to share with you that he has multiple sclerosis, and this exercise is a real good balancing and training exercise for his postural dysfunction. His gait abnormalities with MS is made a lot worse due to this muscle imbalance of hip hiking right and ribs leaning down. The more we train this, the more it's going to help him with his gait when he properly uses his muscles to keep him upright and improve his balance. And balance. Keep that hip down a little bit more. Long, pushing the hip down through the foot. Rib stays up. Head could tilt a hair more to the left. Good. Again, soften the knee so you're not locking it out all the way. That's it. Straighten it a little more. That's it. The other thing we're working on here is a hip hyperextension tendency, where the hip goes back and the knee becomes hyperextended. He has laxity in his knee, which means the knee joint over straightens too much. So he's learning how to use his quads, his front thigh muscles, to stabilize that knee joint, his glutes and hip flexors to stabilize the hip. Head a little more left. Great exercise for balance, strengthening the low back to protect the sacroiliac joint, avoiding compression in the back, and strengthening the hip. The standing bird dog. Enjoy.